Then in December 1997, in the weeks prior to his death, Chris was given a chance to show the world he had a dramatic acting side. He was offered to play troubled silent film star Roscoe Fatty Arbuckle. That would have been an extremely serious film. I actually did quite a bit of reading about Roscoe Arbuckle. Heartbreaking story. There's a lot of Hollywood tragedies that show business doesn't really talk about, actually. Oh yeah, trust me, there's a bunch. Anyways, Chris was offered this role, and it was to be written by David Mamet, who is one of the most iconic writers in Hollywood history right now. And Chris was like, yeah, I want to do this. But he had a condition, and that condition was that he would lay off the parties, lay off the alcohol and the other substances. And that was his biggest concern, was that he is to stay sober during production. And Chris was going, oh no, I can't do this. I can't do this. And shockingly enough, his relationship with rehab, oh boy, where does anyone start with his relationship with rehab? Chris was in 17 different rehabs. I've done a lot of reading about Chris Farley prior to making this video, and he was in 17 rehabs in just a tiny period of time in his life. Chris didn't really treat rehab like rehab. He treated it like a kindergarten student in timeout. He'd go, okay, I'm just gonna take a nap here. I'm just gonna rest for maybe 5 days, maybe 8 days, and then I'm gonna go out there and just, be that jolly slapstick comedian again. And for him, he thought the secret to his success was that he's intoxicated or high. The truth of the matter is, we now know that's not where success comes from. After he died, a lot of stuff was revealed, that he had this giant heart. He was such a lovable, passionate man to hang out with. People who met him and people who worked in clubs and even served him said, oh yeah, when Chris walked into the club, all the atmosphere changed, and a lot of people in the club were starting to walk up to him as though he was like a magnet of some sort. And the atmosphere in the area just changed. Oh yeah, let's have some fun. But of course, when we have fun, we have our limits. For Chris Farley, there was no limit. For Chris Farley, he had a hard time impressing himself, while simultaneously impressing viewers. Whether he was on Saturday Night Live, the small screen, or the big screen, Chris could not impress himself. That's the unfortunate story about Chris Farley. So for these series of videos, they were my tribute to the spectacular comedian Chris Farley. Chris, all I can say is, even though you've been gone from us for 25 years, your legacy in comedy is strong. Every year I hear people saying, oh yeah, I've seen Tommy Boy. Even people I went to school with, people who were a little bit younger than me, and they were in high school, and they go, oh yeah, Tommy Boy, yeah, Tommy Boy. Oh, hey, you're quoting Black Sheep. Oh yeah, that's Saturday Night Live. Oh, you're Matt Foley. That just shows you how powerful Chris Farley's influence in comedy and the entertainment industry was, and still is. So Chris, all I can say is thank you for 30 years of comedy chops, thanks to your work on Saturday Night Live, and thank you for 25 years of remembering you for your graciousness, your humor, and your talent.